Ciao ragazzi, oggi il Piccole Magazine arriva ad Australia. Adesso conosceremo una bellissima ragazza trans che ha fatto la prima classificata nel Miss Trans Global, un concorso realmente unico in tutto il mondo, e lei adesso ci farà conoscere un po' di tutta quell'esperienza che lei ha vissuto nel Miss Trans Global fatto tramite internet, una tecnologia da livello. Come Piccole Magazine, adesso vi presentiamo Rebeckah Loveday. Lei è la prima classificata nel Miss Trans Global. Lei parla inglese, quindi parleremo in inglese e vi forniremo la rispettiva traduzione. Hi Rebecca, how are you? Welcome to Piccole Magazine.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. It's so exciting.
Fine, we too. So we want to know about your experience in Miss Trans Global, Rebecca. So first, let me to give you congratulations for being the first runner-up in this interesting and important beauty pageant, Miss Trans Global.
Yeah, so thank you so much for the congratulations. I really appreciate it. So Miss Trans Global was the first of its kind. It was the very first digital pageant for transgender women. And I was lucky enough to be selected as one of the candidates, one of the 18 finalists to compete in Miss Trans Global. And as you just announced, I was titled as the first runner-up for Miss Trans Global, being titled Duchess Global. So for me, the experience was amazing. It was incredible to connect with other transgender women from all around the world. And the thing that I really loved about Miss Trans Global was that they wanted to really focus on our intelligence, on our voices and what we had to say. And for me, that was a big part as to why I entered the pageant in the first place, because they wanted to show that there's brains behind the beauty. And for me, that was really important.
Good, good, really, really, really fine. So right now that you are the first runner-up in Miss Trans Global, one of the most beautiful trans girl of all the competition, how do you feel? What does it mean to you?
I think what it means to me is that it's a big responsibility. As I've always said, with great power comes great responsibility. So I feel very responsible for making sure that I carry my title well and that I advocate for the trans community strongly. It's really, really important that if you are given a platform, that you utilize that platform well and make sure that you elevate the voices of other transgender people that are more marginalized than yourself. So I think for me, I'm really excited to be working with Miss Trans Global for the next 12 months, and to also be working with the other four title holders, including Mel Habajan, who was crowned Queen Global for 2020.
Good. So we know that you are a public figure in your country, Australia. How could you think that this triumph could influence to the trans girls in Australia?
I think it's really important to have trans people in society to be really strong role models for young trans people and for just trans people in general. I got a lot of really positive feedback from the trans community here in Australia about my competing in the competition. And I feel really, really proud to be representing my country and also the trans community of Australia in such a prestigious and fabulous competition such as Miss Trans Global. So I feel very honored and I'm very excited.
Okay, so how did you live this experience in Miss Trans Global, in digital edition, a digital pageant? How did you feel in every one of these phases?
I think it was difficult because of COVID-19 and because of the restrictions in place. It could sometimes make the filming of each task that we had to complete a little bit difficult. But I managed to work around it, and I'm an actor as well. So I'm used to being in front of a camera and I'm used to presenting myself. So I think to be able to do this digitally, I had that in my favor, that I've got acting experience and I've got experience working in front of a camera. So despite the fact it was quite difficult to do this within the means with COVID-19, I think my acting experience really helped me to produce some really good content for the competition.
Okay, so you are an actress in Australia, right?
Yeah, so I do acting as well, yes.
Okay, how could you think that this triumph to be the first runner-up in Miss Trans Global could influence your career as an actress?
I think it will help a lot. I think by showing trans visibility in media is really, really important. There's not enough, I guess, representation of trans people in the media, in film and television. So I think it's really important to have strong people that are willing to be open and say, yes, I'm transgender. Yes, I'm an actor. And yes, I have the ability to perform and act well. I think that's really, really important. And I think as well that we need to acknowledge that trans people don't necessarily always have to play trans characters in film. We can also play the roles of many, many other characters, and we don't necessarily need to be typecast into the role of just trans roles. So I think that's really important, and I'm really, really looking forward to see what opportunities come about now that I've been titled as Duchess Global, the first runner-up of Miss Trans Global.
Really excellent. I can share your opinion, and this is a really good moment to share, to give visibility and to give a voice for all the community. But now, remembering that moment when you were waiting this triumph with your family, with all your friends. Could you tell about the reaction that we saw is in internet?
Yeah, it was super exciting. I think when they were calling out the names of the winners of Miss Trans Global, I was shaking and I was so excited and I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know who was going to be titled, which positions. And when it got down to myself and Mela and the other 5 candidates that hadn't been announced yet, in my mind, I was like, I'm either going to be titled something or nothing in this part of the competition. But I was really, really, really pleased to be titled the first runner-up. And my family and friends were with me on Zoom because of the restrictions of COVID-19, they weren't able to be at my house with me, but my partner was here. And I had all my friends on a little Zoom meeting and they all were cheering and happy and they were really excited for me. So it was really beautiful.
Okay, in Australia, how did the trans community get this news?
So it was publicized through social media and it was spread word of mouth. So I had a lot of people following, a lot of people watching. And yeah, it's been really, really great to have opportunities like this to be able to share my experience and share my story. I think it's really valid to also follow the stories of all the contestants within the competition because each woman that was entered into Miss Trans Global has a very unique and beautiful story to share. And they're all very capable and very intelligent women. So I think it's really fantastic to be given opportunities like this to be interviewed as well. So thank you so much.
Thanks you, really. So first to end this interview, we want to know about the most important aspect in the Miss Trans Global that you lived.
The most important aspect for me was that they were really wanting people that had strong voices, that were intelligent women, that were able to follow up with advocacy and awareness for the transgender community. Because I think there's too many beauty pageants that focus too much on just how beautiful someone looks, and they don't worry about what happens after that person's been given a title. So the really beautiful thing about Miss Trans Global is that we're going to work closely with Miss Trans Global to promote awareness and advocacy for the trans community. And for me, that was the biggest thing to take away.
Okay, will you have any activity to do as the first runner-up of Miss Trans Global?
Yeah, so myself and the other 4 title holders, including Mela, Daniele, Smart, and also Vesso, we're all titled from the top 5 contestants. And all 5 of us will work closely with Miss Trans Global over the next 12 months, creating content and projects that's going to benefit the transgender community. So yeah, all 5 of us are going to be working with the pageant. So it's amazing.
Beautiful, really beautiful. I hope we can share all these activities for the whole world. So, do you want to share a message as the first runner-up? Would you share a message for all the world as the first runner-up of Miss Trans Global?
Yeah, so I just wanted to say thank you so much to everybody that supported me and voted for me and encouraged me along the way. It meant so much to me. And I just want to share that gratitude of my experience with everybody and say thank you so much. I really appreciate all the love and support. And I'm so honored to be Duchess Global, first runner up of Miss Trans Global 2020. So thank you so much.
Really thanks you for giving the opportunity to make this interview, Rebecca. We are so far, but with technology, we are really just a click of distance. So we really thank you, and we hope to share all your year of activities since you will be present again with Miss Trans Global. So we really thank you. We have to see you again, and here we are for you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Bye. Hugs.
Thank you. Ciao.
Ciao.